Hey guys, Chicky DeMaine, aka Deboo.com with the Deboo.com surf forecast update. This forecast update effective around 11:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on Wednesday, October 22nd, 2014, and starts you off over here in the East Atlantic with what was or is 92L Invest, just south of the Azores. Now, this system is where we left you off with our last update. Been sitting out here for the last 3 to 4 days. Northeast groundswell produced, heading towards the islands, 12 to 13 seconds, waiting for it to show up on the St. Martin's buoy. St. Martin's buoy looks like it is bottomed out this morning at about 4 feet at about 10 seconds. So we're going to be watching for an uptick on there. So when we switch over to the East Coast, got northeast groundswell coming out of this system here for Puerto Rico followers in the islands. When we switch over to the East Coast, we now have a coastal storm setting up off the mid-Atlantic and the Northeast that should get a west-northwest swell going for Puerto Rico and the islands. So 2 different swell sources setting up in the forecast period should keep you guys rideable with some fun surf alert conditions and long period ground swell. When we jump down a little bit further south now to the Bay of Campeche, we now have TD number 9 down in the Bay of Campeche, down the southern end of it. Now, this is forecast to move over towards the Gulf of Honduras, cross over the Yucatan and in the Gulf of Honduras. Now, you guys know that if you've been following us on Facebook and Twitter, we've been talking about the possibility that a separate piece or TD number 9 getting down into the Gulf of Honduras and starting another low and possibly another storm. It does not look like we're going to get 2 storms out of this, but it's possible in the extended we could see an area of low pressure try to move up the Uke Channel into the Gulf of Mexico and become a big threat for Gulf of Mexico followers. Lots of uncertainty at the moment. Don't hold us to it, but this is that time of year, guys. We're going to show you a little bit more what we're talking about here. As you can see, the majority of the deep convection now is over the Yucatan Channel. This was that separate piece of energy, non-tropical low, that was supposed to move over southwest Florida and then east of Florida on up, being drug out northeast to the Atlantic. This does not look like it's drawing up above Cuba yet. It's possible that this convection can stay south of Cuba and aid another system or TD number 9 when it gets in here and develop another low pressure and then storm and then pull up towards the north into the Gulf of Mexico. You can already kind of see little hints of it. Look right here. See where my mouse is? Look at this counterclockwise rotation right in here. Now, we're still talking a long ways out, but these are little things. Once you get this one, there might be another one in another couple of days, and any one of those could help develop a new area of low pressure. It's just a big, broad area of low pressure right now over the Bay of Campeche and over the Southwest Caribbean. Anytime you have a big, broad low, it's a fight for dominance, and any one of these lows can turn around and become the dominant feature. So keep that in mind. Here's last night's run of the GFS. Now, interestingly, the CMC doesn't want anything to do with it at the moment. You would think that it would be opposite, but the CMC's not excited about it. Euro's on board just a little bit, but from the most extreme example we can show you, which would be the GFS, which would produce the most surf, which is what we're about, is surf forecast. Here's the GFS. Last night's run for the 28th, and we talked about Halloween swell. So here's a possible Halloween swell for the Gulf of Mexico fans. Area of low pressure in the Yucatan Channel and moving up to the Gulf of Mexico. Yucatan into the Gulf of Mexico. Lots of uncertainty, guys. One run of many more to come. We're watching the satellite loops for you. Stay tuned for the next forecast.